I spoke to Ben Shalom a couple of weeks ago about the fight, and he was saying that he couldn't rule out London as a possibility if there was a potential for a bigger venue. Is that something that would appeal to you, maybe at the O2, or would you prefer it to be in Glasgow?
Well, I'm not really fussed, to be honest, but obviously, preferably, I'm the champion at the end of the day, and yeah, I would prefer it to be in Glasgow, my home arena. Scotland doesn't really get big shows and big boxing events, so when you get the chance to put them on in your home country, then why not jump at the chance to do it? But if it was in London, then it would be in London, but I'd obviously much prefer it to be in Glasgow.
How are your preparations coming along?
Yeah, going well, going well. I've settled in nice now with Joe and the new coach and my new surroundings now. So yeah, everything's going well. I'm enjoying it. I'm happy back, enjoying my boxing and getting back to my old chirpy self. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident and feeling nice and happy and relaxed. So yeah, I'm feeling great.
There were some quotes from Jack Catterall in the last few weeks where he said he didn't think that you will have been with Joe McNally long enough for him to be able to change your style or have a major impact. Do you think Jack could be in for a surprise if that's what he thinks?
If he thinks I really need to change, then it's all on him. I don't really need to change anything to beat Jack, to be honest. I beat him on a bad night. So if I can beat him on a bad night, I'll definitely beat him when I'm on my best, when I'm back to myself. So let him think what he wants. I couldn't really give a monkey's what he thinks.
So on that, you would kind of say that working with Joe, it's not so much about changing your style, but more just about you getting the best out of your best self, kind of again.
Yeah, getting the best of myself. Getting back to my own mindset and my own way of fighting and getting the best of myself, sort of my own head out and things like that. It's things like it's more that rather than changing my styles or anything like that. I don't need to change anything to beat Jack Catterall.
Looking elsewhere, another rival, Teofimo Lopez, had some strong words about you a few weeks ago, and then he was in the ring this weekend.
I was confident beating him anyway. Let's not forget he did very, very good to beat Lomachenko, but he beat a small lightweight, a small injured lightweight that really could make featherweight. So he beat a small southpaw, a very good southpaw in Lomachenko. I'll give him that. You've got to give credit where it's due. But he's not in there with blown up featherweights anymore.
Yeah, and he said when he was talking about you, he said he'd be eager to come and fight you in the UK. Kind of how exciting would it be to have another big global kind of fight, potentially again in Scotland?
Yeah, it would be great. It would be fantastic, to have another big blockbuster night back at home. Obviously, I would like to go back to stateside. The biggest fight I had in becoming undisputed world champion. If it had been in normal times, I'd have taken thousands over with me and been able to take my friends and my family and all my fans and stuff with me. I couldn't do that time around, which was very frustrating. So I would like to go back to the USA and do it again.
Obviously, as you know, before his fight, he was talking quite confidently about you and about other fighters. Do you think that's kind of a lesson for him? Maybe he's obviously still quite a young fighter, inexperienced compared to yourself. Do you think that's a lesson for him to maybe focus more on what's in front of him rather than getting too far ahead of himself?
I couldn't give a monkey's what Teofimo Lopez learns or doesn't learn. That just seems to be him. He's a bit of a clown. He seems to look past his opponents all the time. It's twice he's made the same mistake and almost paid to fight for it again. I've not seen the fight again at the weekend, but a lot of people have said that he was beaten, got dropped twice, I believe. So I'm not really sure. I can't really make comment on it, but his comments on beforehand, he seems to have the same reoccurring problem. He thinks he's God's gift and comes back crashing down to earth with a bang.
Okay, moving on from him, just a couple of other kind of British boxing topics. Obviously, another up-and-coming contender around your division is Adam Azim. I was wondering if you watched his recent fight on Sky Sports and what you make of him as a prospect.
Yeah, I've seen his last fight actually. Yeah, he's a very good sharp talent. Adam Azim is. Yeah, he's very sharp. Obviously, still to be tested, still to be taken down to deep waters and see how he can take a shot and see how he is when people can sort of weather the storm with the first couple of rounds, his sharpness and his speed, get used to his sharpness and speed, and really take him into places that he has never been tested before. So we still we see all them tests. I see him come through all them tests. But yeah, he looks like a great fighter. To be honest, he looks like a good talent.
And with him, and also obviously Dalton Smith, who we've spoken to you about before, it's a pretty exciting time for the super lightweight division. Looking ahead, even someone to carry on the mantle when you're done. Not that that's anytime soon necessarily.
Yeah, no, there's the great talent. These two guys. Dalton Smith's a good fighter as well. You know, obviously they've still got a little bit of test to come through and to move up through the levels. But yeah, they're good fighters, and you know, obviously I wish them all the best in their quest to become world champions. You know, so that they're looking promising for them.
A fellow Scot of yours, Nick Campbell, is in a big fight on Sky Sports this Saturday night against Steve Robinson. Any words of advice or good luck for him ahead of that one?
Yeah, just go ahead and get it. You know, he's always in good fights. He always leaves it all in the ring. So just take this opportunity, wish him all the best, and go and get the fight. Yeah, go and get the result. Go on, big man.
Another Scot by nationality and name, Scott Forrest. He's got some real amateur pedigree after beating Buatsi in the amateurs. Is he a real threat to Britain's top cruiserweights at professional level?
I think he can be, yeah, definitely. You know, obviously, I spent a lot of time with Scott Forrest as an amateur, going all around the world to the tournaments and coming back with medals everywhere we went, you know. And Scott is a very talented boxer. He's big and strong. He punches hard. And I know Scott very well. So he's definitely got the talent to come through and, you know, make waves in the weight class that he's in. You know, he's definitely going to do well. You know, he's obviously just starting out in his pro career, and I think he can go far, definitely.
And for you, lastly, maybe one positive of the fight with Catterall looking like it might be March rather than February is a bit more time to relax with the family over Christmas, or not?
No, I'll not be relaxing for me again. I'll be cancelling Christmas again. You know, I'll be able to have a dinner this time. You know, I'll be able to have a bit of turkey and all the stuffing and the trimmings and that this time. But no be any celebrations for me. I'll be right back down to business on the Tuesday, 26th and 27th. I'll be coming back down to training. So yeah, Christmas is pretty much cancelled for myself again.